Hey everyone, welcome to another day of the vlog here. It is Monday, March 18th today. Sorry there's going to be no training coverage today. All I have done today so far is just my swim. It was a long swim, 6,000 meters. But there's going to be no bike and no run today. It's kind of off legs kind of day, despite it being a hard swim. For sure at 6,000 meters, an off day for the legs. I figured they deserve a little respite. Thought what I do today is, now that it's finally official, is tell you what the heck I'm training towards and what is going to be my first race of the season. Because now I've finally signed up for 2 races in terms of triathlons. So anyways, my first race this year will be April 14th, and that is Ironman 70.3 Peru. Pretty pumped up about it, pretty excited to get down there and race. A lot of things kind of went into that decision to race Peru over some of the other options that were out there. First and foremost, the thing that kind of piqued my interest was that I've learned from the mistakes that I made last year. And last year I picked a race, Ironman 70.3 Marbella in the south of Spain. I picked that based on the fitness that I was in at the time and my, in theory, my strength. So I said, you know what, I have a really high watts per kilogram, so I'm going to go to a mountainous course and I'm going to basically show people how fit I am climbing a mountain. It worked out well on the uphill, but problem is that what goes up must come down. And just was no way, shape, or form ready for the technical aspect of the technicality of that bike course and descending at high speeds. For me, going even above 0 kilometers per hour, coming from 6 or 7 months on the trainer, was technical in its own right. So then add 80 to that, and it made it terrifying. Anyway, so I don't want to repeat those mistakes that I did last year. So for Peru, one of the big things for it in its favor was the fact, looking at it, it didn't look like and it isn't a very technical course in any way. So the swim is an ocean swim, fine, but it's supposed to be pretty calm water. So I figure it's saltwater swim, calm water, wetsuit legal. Like, that's the triple threat right there for coming from sort of off-season swimming, or like pool swimming. That's and for a relatively weaker, I don't want to say weaker, but not as strong of a swimmer as, say, Andy Potts, who's in the field. That's a good combination. More than anything, though, on the bike is just a 4-lap course of an out and back. So it's just dead flat and pretty straight looking along the ocean front. Yes, it has, what would that be, like 8 U-turns or something in it, but I mean, it's as non-technical as it's really going to get for bike courses. So anyways, and so that's kind of one of the big reason why I picked Peru. The other, it was a non-stop flight and not horrible price. So for me, that was nice. And then the other part too was, yes, there are for sure options in places like Mexico that would kind of fit that same billing of being kind of a flat, non-technical course. However, though, if the wind picks up in some of those races, then it will be in some parts of Mexico there. But the thing with that is that I thought, you know what, I'm coming from winter in Canada. Not only do I not do well anyways with high humidity situations in the past, I'm okay with heat. I have no problem with heat. I proved that in Penticton, where it was a very hot day, but it wasn't humid. But the humidity does cause some problems for me. I have my sweat rate's over 3 liters per hour. So I mean that causes some issues. So looking at Peru is supposed to be relatively cooler compared to, say, some of the races in Mexico there. So that was also a big thing on my list. The second race that I'm doing, it's kind of similar conditions, I guess, to Peru. It'll be more humid, though. but it worked out well for timing, is Ironman 70.3 Gulf Coast, which is in Panama City Beach. And that one just because it's pretty easy to get to, and there's some other reasons why I picked it, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, so what am I doing going into the race now that we're, say, 3.5 weeks out from the race? Well, the biggest thing that I'm doing is I'm not changing a single thing in terms of my training. Last year, what happened, or what I did last year, is when I signed up for Marbella, my training completely changed. And all of a sudden, I was trying to get into super 70.3 fitness and do all these long, steady intervals, and big workouts like 5 times 20 minutes or something like that at 70.3 watts and stuff like that. And what ended up happening, and I could show you this one time, is that I actually hit peak fitness last year in February. If you look on my training peaks, my peak CTL was in February. And then it declined from there, and it kind of stayed in this kind of maintenance type phase where what ended up happening is I did Marbella, and I was in 70.3, whatever that means, kind of shape, right? And then I just tried to kind of carry that throughout the entire year, since at that point I was kind of in the heart of the season, and I was thinking, before every single race, I need to hit these key workouts that I was doing at the time. Like one of the workouts that I would do is called Polar Bear on Trainer Road. It's an hour and 45 minute basically tempo ride. And I thought, I did it, I did that before, Racine, so I got to hit that before Marbella, and I got to be able to hit that workout again before Victoria and before Denmark and before all these races. So what ended up happening is I lost all the adaptations, all the fitness that I gained from these higher end intervals that I was doing earlier in the year. And I just kind of maintained this, zone 3 fitness. And I wasn't really building any fitness. I wasn't building any power. It was staying the same the whole time. So this year I'm really trying, I'm like I said, I'm not changing a single thing going into this race. So you've seen me doing Project 400. That's done, and now I'm on to Project 360, which is a 20-minute power. I'm not taking that out of the equation at all. I'm going to be doing those workouts leading right up into the race, right into the week before and week of the race. I'll be continuing to do those workouts. I'm not going to attempt to, now that I've signed up for a race, I got to do, an hour and a half tempo. I'm not going to try to do that at all. The reason being is because I don't want to have that happen where I'm in peak fitness in February or now in March and have it degrade or just maintain that throughout the year. I want to be able to build throughout the entire year. And when do I want to be in the best shape in terms of 70.3 fitness? In the fall. That's when I want to be in my best peak fitness in terms of half Ironman type fitness. So I'm really working on kind of periodizing the season in that way and having it really progress throughout the season. And that's something I've been saying really all year so far to this point. I've been, really cognizant or like really deliberate in how I've said some things in that, like last year there would be workouts that I would do and my dad would get home and I'd say to him, Dad, I'm in the best shape of my life. I just nailed this workout. I'm in the best shape of my life. This year, on the other hand, what I'm doing is I never say I'm in the best shape of my life. I say I'm getting into the best shape of my life. And that's kind of my mantra all throughout the year. I want it to build and I want it to progress from month to month. I want my fitness to be where it is right now. I want it to be better in a month. And in a month after that, I want it to be even better. And a month after that, even better. Eventually getting to my peak in the fall and nail the races then. Now, having said that, why am I doing a race then? Right? Why, if I'm not going to change anything and I'm not trying to sort of peak for this race, right? Why am I doing this race, right? If I'm kind of just training right through it and not really making my training specific really to that race, well, the reason is really I just don't want to go stale. I don't want to go 10 months between races. So I want to get that race experience in. I want to take some lessons home from that race, get a little idea of where I am in terms of certain things, and practice certain things, practice my nutrition and stuff like that. I mean, that actually would be, I say I'm not changing anything going into the race. That's not entirely true. There is one component that I am really changing, and that is getting serious. Now that my first race of the year is only 3.5 weeks away, getting serious about my nutrition and not doing these kind of silly things. I'll say it's been I've been doing silly things, stupid things, the last couple months on the nutrition front. A lot of that's just me being kind of stubborn and not wanting to buy gels or anything like that. You know, like it'd be wonderful to have a nutrition sponsor, but at the moment I don't. And it's just been been stubborn and saying, you know, I think I could get by without a gel. I think I could do it without a gel, and doing these big workouts on absolutely nothing. And feeling like garbage for the most part nearing the ends of them. And I mean, like that Thursday race, we're at 5 weeks in a row where on the run after that race, I've bonked 5 weeks in a row. 20 minutes into that run, I've bonked 5 weeks in a row. And that probably is one of the bigger reasons why for a while there my weight was just going down and down and down and down, was because I think what ended up happening is I would bonk on the Thursday, and Friday would be a relatively, you know, it's still a good training day, and then Saturday would be a really big training day. So what I think was happening was my glycogen was just never replenishing. It just was never having an opportunity to replenish, and that's one of the big reasons I threw this in 2 weeks ago now, having a day like today where I'm only doing a swim. It's a longer swim, yes, like it was an hour and 45-minute swim, but there's no bike and there's no run. And I've kind of had this is my day actually where I think of it like it's my day to kind of put back the weight that I've tanked over the last week. Then that's kind of how I think about it. And I don't mean in terms of like literally putting on weight, but I'd like to think of it like it's my day where my glycogen can at least replenish to some degree after it tanked on the Thursday night, or has been tanking on Thursday night every single week, and just I don't think getting a chance to replenish. So yeah, that is one thing, a big thing that I am changing going into this race, and that is getting serious about my nutrition and not fooling around anymore. Anyway, so that's everything for that. I'm excited, like I said, to see where it is, but I'm not really changing my training going into the race. I'm only doing it really to get that experience, and I think it should be a great experience. I mean, I've never swam in the Pacific before. I've never been to South America before. So overall, it should be pretty good, and I'm excited to take you along for that for the journey. So anyways, like I said, coming up on the channel this week, I kind of just mentioned it. I'll be showing you kind of my nutrition game plan. And then the other thing is I got a lot of exciting things coming in this week. So it should be pretty cool. And I'm kind of excited to show some of the stuff that is going on over there. And I have a number of new sponsorship announcements to share with you, but I won't share with you those right now. But that'll be coming soon. Anyways, so that's everything that's going on right now. So we're in Ironman 70.3 Peru mode, but not changing the training to reflect that. It's there. And yeah, we'll just continue hammering away with these Project 360 workouts and the run workouts that I've been doing. So anyways, so that's all for now. So, if you have any comments on anything, like if you've been to South America before and have any kind of things that I should keep in mind, then be sure to comment and let me know. I'd love to hear. Or if you've done the race before, if you've done Peru before and kind of know what the race course is like and kind of the city around it's like and what to expect going in, I'd love to hear. So anyways, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.